Welcome back to another video with the Midnight Crooks. I am going to be going over the weekend war that just finished up here, where we won against against Night Fury. They put up a good fight, but we beat them by 3, 88 to 85. And I'm going to be sitting here going over just some of the basic war strategies, what the concept was, what the co-leaders decided we wanted to do to get to this point. We've been losing a whole bunch, as I explained in the video before this, and so we decided to get together, have a conference call, talk about what we can do to get that win. It's so important to get that win. It boosts everybody. It makes people want to play war because nobody likes losing. So we got together, we talked about it. We'd been doing some mini wars during the week, and I think that a lot of what we decided was people are just getting hectic with it. They're not having a lot of chance to practice, really truly practice, and be prepared for weekend war. Back in the day, we only used to do weekend war, and we used to win all the time. So we wanted to go back to square one, route one, get these wins back. And if we get a constant flow of wins and we're getting our stride back, we're going to pick up that weekend war or the weekday war again later in the later, a couple months from now, a few weeks, whatever happens, we'll decide. But this is us. We did get a lot of. They got us a bunch up here on the 3s and 2 stars. I think one of the bigger things was that our second and third player, Bama and Maximus, Will, got no start. I think that's one of the bigger points of why they didn't get those last 3 stars to either tie us or take us lead. Because we go over here to theirs, as you can see, they're number 1 2-star, number 2 2-star, 3 got the 3-star Violator. Big shout out to him. That was an awesome attack. Getting a 3-star on that high of an opponent is definitely crucial to the win. But you can't ever forget that when you scroll all the way down here to the bottom, we got the 3 stars. You know, we have all three. I say 3. This guy got away. He got the best of us. I think we actually just quit on him at some point. That's okay. Obviously, it didn't matter. We weren't going to need it. There's only a couple bases that we just did not get the 3-star on, and that's not a big deal. We got a bunch of 3 stars, lots of solid attacks from everybody. I think this is one of the best attacking wars we've had as a clan, period. Even back in the day when we were undefeated, which was, I think we won 28 wars or something like that before we even lost one. So this was a great one. Good job to all the clans. Sug got the 2-star on 1 and 2, so that's crucial. The funny thing is, and I want to point this out because I find this hilarious. If you go up here, go to our war events, we're going to scroll down. I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time in it, but there's one specific player on the defensive side that I just want to recognize just because it was awesome. It probably made the other clan really mad, but that's always what we want. The more mad they are, the more likely they are to mess up. Go to the bottom and just kind of notice that there he is, IB Janky. That was his first attack. He did get 3 stars. But then obviously once you get your attacks in, you do go on the defense. First attack, defense. So that's 1. We're just going to scroll up just a little bit. Oh, there's me. I got the 2. Scroll up. Wow, they really started hitting him later on in the war. Right off the bat, I guess not. Scroll up. There's 2 on the defense. 3. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So 14. Oh, no, we're not done. Sorry. There's probably more. No, it was. Okay, so 14 opportunities for the other clan to get that extra 3rd star to get his stars, and they just could not do it. It was hilarious. We all laughed. Good shout out to Janky and his nice war base that he used. I'm sure they're going to copy it. Any war that defends 14 times definitely needs to be copied, as we covered in a war previous to this. But so it was nice to win. We'll go in here and I'll show a couple attacks from. Let's see. We'll look at mine real quick. We'll look at one of my. Actually, I'll just go to this side. My first attack. The attack strategy that we decided to use was using the first 8 or so players to attack straight across. This is because at our level, there's no reason why we can't attack the person directly across from us and at least get the 2-star with your go wipe or your attack that you're just solid at. For me, it's the go wipe. For a lot of players up here at the top, it is a go wipe, and we're good at it. we use the same strategy to get that 2-star, but it's crucial that we do. If we don't get it, a lot of times it can be a struggle. As you can see here, my first attack was down here at number 7. We'll hit the replay button and watch a little bit of it. Let me zoom out. And this base is a good sized base. The walls aren't very high, but most of the defenses are. He's got his air defenses, 1 air defense up. Never mind. He does have his archer towers finished, and his expos are level 3, which is a big deal. Out of the clan castle come a dragon and a couple loons, which is pretty much all people are using nowadays, because we have the poison spell, which wipes out pretty much all wizards and witches. Witches were used to be the #1 thing to keep in your clan castle because of those skeletons, but ever since the poison spell update, the witches are just stupid to use. They're bad. They're bad idea. Just because you don't get anywhere with them. Obviously I went from a go wipe. I scouted this base for a long time, and just could not. You could attack it from any direction. So I just picked one. I did go for the bottom. And it's a pretty simple concept. I used 2 golems that are level 4. 3 of my own P.E.K.K.A.s and 1 max level P.E.K.K.A. in my clan castle, with of course a max wizard and a max archer, some wall breakers to get through that first enclosure, and a few archers because I'm going to use them later on to pick off that side building and the other one up there, and just a couple others here and there. I do bring 1 heal spell, 2 jump spells, 2 rage spells and 1 jump spell, just because that's your basic setup. It's the best way to do it, I think. And I just started the attack on the bottom, lured them in. I did drop, right here, I dropped pretty much all 3 types of spells. There's my jump spell to get in the middle, a rage spell to get the power going, and a heal spell to make sure it lasts. They do crush the middle pretty hard and go after the town hall, which went down pretty quick. And the attack went pretty well. I'm not going to lie, I was pretty proud of this attack. At one point, I did think I was going to get the 3-star, but, you don't always get the 3-star up here this high. To get it is really exciting. But mostly when my queen decided to go this way, I was like, okay, this is probably going to be just a 2-star attack, which is cool. Like I said, I like getting 2 up here, and I'm pretty happy with it. Town hall's down, and I'm just collecting these last percentages. I dropped my archers on the sides, and they're just picking off this easy buildings. No matter what this would have happened in the middle, it wouldn't have mattered because of the archers on the outside. So, easy 2-star, speed it up a little bit just to get out of the way. And that max P.E.K.K.A. is the last thing to die, I do believe, or my queen, one of the 2. Actually, I think it was my queen. No big deal. I did get the 2. We're going to end it here because I'm not going to sit here and watch the whole thing when we know I got the 2-star. My second attack, I dropped down to number 11, I do believe. Because the second phase of our strategy for our players is to drop down to those middle level town hall knights from the opposing team and to try and get the 3-star. Obviously, Bamf did it at number 10. I will cover his video later, but I want to get him here so he can share some insight on his strategy and thoughts. So Bamf, if you're watching this, please text me. We'll talk about how we're going to get you over here to talk about that. Because it is an air raid, and I'm not the greatest at air raids. I tried practicing for a while, and I kind of failed quite a bit. But this one, I did attack this base, and this base is really weird. When I first saw this, I was like, man, this is dumb. But then I was like, well, kind of not. I spent about a good 45 minutes thinking of just the best strategy to try and get through this base the best I could. I didn't know if I was going to 3-star it. I did know I could get the 2-star. I think there was only, I can't remember if there was 1-star collected on this base before or not. Either way, I was going to go for the 3, and I did do a 3-star strategy. Same setup almost. This time I took, and so I dropped a couple wizards and most of the archers. I only have 1 archer now, but I did bring 2 witches, and there's a purpose for those 2 witches. I only brought 1 jump spell, 1 rage spell, and 4 earthquakes, which is a weird situation to have the jump spell and the earthquake spell, but I promise you there's a good reason for it, and you're going to watch it right here. I started my attack again from the bottom because I wanted to take out that queen pretty much as quick as possible. It's very important. Dropping the golems, spread them out a little bit so they take up as much defenses as they can. A lot of people don't like what I did just right there. One of the biggest parts about go wipes is getting your troops in the middle. So you use those wizards to pick off the outside buildings and then drop the P.E.K.K.A.s so they can crush through the middle. That wasn't the concept here. I actually did almost the complete opposite. I dropped these P.E.K.K.A.s first because I wanted them to hit these two buildings right here, like this side, and then I wanted them to split and start clearing buildings on the side with the wizards behind them. That was the concept. I think I dropped 1 witch already, but I did bring 2 witches. Yep, there's the other one right here. to go behind them as well, so they have that skeleton power, so they can clear around, because I knew the force I was going to send to the middle was going to be more than enough to crush through, and I didn't want all my forces going in the middle. I wanted to be able to clear all those outside structures and to get as much percentage as possible. So you're going to see what happens. That Tesla's there. It's going to draw in the golems, which is good. The first thing I do is drop my heroes. I'm waiting for the spells to come down. There's the jump spell. That's going to get me in the middle. We'll speed this up to 2 times. I don't want to stay here forever. I got the jump spell. There's my rage spell right in the middle. And then there's the reason for the earthquake spells. Let's pause for a second. So the hard part about this base is once you get your troops inside, how do they get out? Because you probably used a jump spell or your 4 earthquake spells to get in the middle. So how do they get out? And I did sacrifice bringing a heal spell or a second rage spell just so I could make sure that they had a way out. Again with the coughing. It's fantastic. So like I said, I have these troops going around here, and now what has happened is I have a king, I think a P.E.K.K.A., and I know at least 1 golem all in the middle here, and they're going to clear out these structures and just have a clear path to shoot straight up. And that was my plan, and I could not have had it happen better. Unfortunately, this attack goes on. I mean, I'm just crushing it. It was so nice to watch this attack. I really did think when this attack was starting, I was like, oh, this is 3-star. Got it, no big deal. Speed up a little more just for a second. Okay, so once they exit, the king dies there, and that was where it kind of went down. Queen's over here by herself with nothing in front of her, which, you know, and she triggered a big bomb. That didn't help either. And so she died. So these last few structures kind of got away from me, and I only ended up getting the 2-star, which was for either an 85%, which is still a solid 2-star on a Town Hall 9. And if you ever get 85%, don't think you failed a raid or failed an attack in a war, because you didn't. 2 stars are really good, especially on these upper Town Hall 9s or these mid to upper Town Hall 9s. Those are my 2 attacks for the war. I'm going to watch this video. I'm going to put this on here to close. I can't go over everybody's attacks right now. Sorry if that offends anybody in the clan. Sorry, again. It just takes way too long to do all of it. But I do want to pay some recognition to Violator and his 3-star attack against this almost perfectly maxed Town Hall 9. Now, do notice this is maxed out. The only thing he doesn't have is his walls. I think even the spell factories probably looks like it's maxed out, and that's brand new. So this guy's plays all the time. He does have level 11 and level 11 king and queen, which is pretty low for somebody that's high as a Town Hall 9. I think that was probably one of the bigger downfalls, but I do like the base design. I think it's cool, has a nice concept. But for Mr. Violator, who is doing a Goho in this attack, if you haven't seen any of the Gohos, there are a few of our clan members, Violator, Ace, Achilles, and Bamf, that are all really good at them. They do them a lot, and they usually do them with great success, including this one. I can't really speak a whole lot on them because I tried a couple times, and I'm not very good at them. But I will say they do work as long as you do them correctly. He did pull... he used a few Hog Riders to try and get the Clan Castle troops here, and it looks like he did. And this guy was using archers and stuff in his Clan Castle, and that's probably not a good idea, like I said before, because you do have the poison spell, and that's just never good, because all he's got to do is drag you all the way to the side here, speed this up, because they're going to die. Yep, speed them up to the side, and just, you know, drop the poison spell, let them die for a second, but you don't want to take too long on that poison spell, because it's going to waste your time, and you may run out of time on your attack, so be careful with that. Make sure you do have enough time to finish your attack. And so basically the main portion of the attack is right here. You want to take out that queen for sure, and you want to try and trigger big bombs with those golems or whatever, but then you're going to drop your hogs on here on the top side and let them go to town on the opposite side defenses, so they can't get to your main strategy, which is over here. And those hogs, they did work on this base. They just ran around. There's 24 of them, I do believe. And they cleared all the defenses pretty quick. And now it was just a matter of time and letting the hogs run around and with a king and queen and take out all the rest of the structures. And it worked out for a 3-star attack. And it's a very, very perfectly made attack. I do enjoy it. So shout out to Violator. That was a big win for us, for him to pull off a lot of big wins. Well, as I go throughout the war, if you really want your attack, if you get that big all 3-star, I'll probably maybe put some stuff on here about it. But like I said before, I can't spend forever on every single attack. And my army's ready, so I'm probably going to do a raid. I might actually do a live raid video for the first time here in a minute. Oh, the spells aren't ready. I gotta wait on them. I'm not using as many gems nowadays to get to max Town Hall 9 almost like this. I did gem a lot. But I also raid like a lot. The best strategy to use if you ever want to gem and you ever want to be as frugal with your gems as possible, gem your barracks. Do not gem for resources because that's kind of a waste. That's a waste for money and it's a waste of your time. Yes, it cuts all the time in half. Well, actually, it eliminates the time. But if you gem your barracks, you get 60 gems will boost your barracks. 10 more gems will boost your spell factory. You don't even have to boost your spell factory, but if you have to bring them, you can bring them. But main portion is boosting your barracks, getting those easy raids in. And I could raid. My clan has seen it. I've raised from almost no gold to like 7 million in a matter of one day. And that was from boosting it twice. Of course, the boost only lasts 2 hours. So I did do 2 or 2.5 or something like that, different boost periods throughout one day. And I spent it's 180 gems, and I spent 5 hours of my day off. Obviously, I didn't waste any of my actual days that I need to do stuff on this. And I got a lot done. I think I did it for one of my expos to get them to level 3. But so it is possible and it's better, but because if you use gold, like if you needed gold to do something, and I don't have anything left to really upgrade to just show that, but it costs so much more gold to gems to buy the gold, and it's not as worth it. So I do implore you to just boost your barracks if you're going to boost anything, obviously, and get those quick raids in. Do your barching or throw some giants in there, whatever you got to do. Right now, all my clan members better be boosting their resource collectors. It's not got a whole lot of time left. That sound you just heard was my other account saying I have a notification. Because everything's it was 1 week of 1 gem boosting. So for 7 gems at Town Hall, which is 13 gems because you have, why can't I do math? 14 gems. If you have a Town Hall 10, it's 15. You can boost all your resource collectors, including your Dark Elixir collectors, for an entire week, not just the 1 day boosting if you were to do it normally. It lasts all week, so that's super worth it, and I hope everybody did it. I'm going to just go over here and see what they're commenting, which is just more to life than a game. What have you been drinking? Fluffy and Snazzy are the same person. Don't let them fool you. As nice as she is, they are the same people. And we do have a lot of alternate accounts in here. Thanks for watching again. Please subscribe, smash the like button at the bottom, and share this video with people you want to see some cool stuff eventually. This one's not too great. But thanks again, and we'll see you in the next video.